What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to ECT Vision. My name is Khalid, and today we're going to get into a perspective that I want you guys to understand about black on black crime and how serious it is when these Democrats start making these weird ass laws. And I want to show you how much it does affect black people, especially in these Democratic ran cities. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel because the shadow ban is real, people. I've already been banned from Facebook and Instagram, so I can't use those platforms anymore. So this will be the platform that I use to get my content out there to you guys. Also, if you want to support the channel, go to ectvision.store and get you some patriotic t-shirts like the one we have back there. I always get confused doing that. But yeah, make sure you get something like that back there. That's the one I got on right now. I do have a discount code. Put in discount code July 4th to get 15% off on all purchases. Now let's get into this video. This is the gun violence that's going on in New York City, right? And after this, I'm going to go to a website called Gun Memorial, which I've just found out about this. Shout out to Ock Nation for this on YouTube. I just found out about this website where they show actual gun victims, gun violent victims in each city. You can search city by city. You can do this for yourself. And I want you to see just look how many black people there are on this website. Now, there's some white folks too. I'm not saying that white people don't get killed by gun violence, but look who it affects the most. Look who gun violence affects the most. We see some white people on here, police officers as well. But when they try to paint this narrative that uh that black people are being killed by white supremacists, and then they try to say, well, black on black crime isn't really a thing because um every race is being killed by a person that is of their race because crime is of proximity. Well, if crime is of proximity, then let's take that. Let's just go with that, right? I'll grant them that. Look how many black people was on here. If crime is in proximity, then who's doing all these murders? Who's doing all this killing with these guns? Look how many black people are on here. And like I said, this is not to ignore the fact that white people are killed by gun violence as well. We know that. We understand that. But if you take a look at this website is called gunmemorial.org. This is just in New York. This is just in New York. Real people, not just statistics. You look at the stats and you look at this. Does it match up for you guys? Go to this website when you get done with this video and take a look for yourself. But let's get into this video. This is teens killed in New York City. NYPD Fed zero in on gang shootings in the Bronx. I want you guys to listen to this video clip.
We begin once again with the violence plaguing our streets. Tonight, police say a gang war is unfolding in the Bronx with teenagers as the victims. Just in the last 48 hours, a 13-year-old and 16-year-old were both shot and killed on Sunday. And then last night, another 16-year-old was shot but survived. These shootings are part of a shootings in the last month. But overall, there have been more shootings this year than last. Tonight, city leaders from the mayor to the police commissioner facing pressure to act. Our chief investigative reporter, Jonathan Deans, shows us what's being done to stop this surge.
Today, NYPD and ATF agents were looking for smuggled guns on board some arriving buses on the Lower East Side. The mayor says more needs to be done.
We need federal help stopping the flow of guns into the city. We need state help continuing to improve our laws.
This after a spate of shootings in the Bronx. Surveillance shows a 13-year-old seen here in red pants shot and killed in what police say was a gang-related killing. And this 16-year-old may have been killed in retaliation. Police say he was linked to the 800 YGZ gang, released each time with little apparent. intervention.
Hold
The
on,
police
hold on.
commissioner on New York 1.
Why would this kid be put back onto the street?
I want y'all to hear what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on with the skipping part, but I want y'all to hear everything. Let's go back a little bit. So as you can see, this happened in a 48-hour period in the Bronx. This is just one borough. This happened in a 48-hour period in the Bronx where these teens are being killed. This is gang violence. And in another video that I'm going to show you, I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly where it comes from, because I know a lot of people aren't really in tune with what's going on in the quote unquote streets. But I'm going to show you guys. Just make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to show you where it all comes from, so you can get a deeper look into the minds of some of these criminals that are out here committing these crimes. So let me go ahead and back this up for a second.
Shows a 13-year-old seen here in red pants shot and killed in what police say was a gang-related killing. And this 16-year-old may have been killed in retaliation. Police say he was linked to the 800 YGZ gang, released each time with little apparent intervention. The police commissioner on New York 1.
Why would this kid be put back onto the street over and over and over without meaningful help? The Bronx is back to a level not seen since 1996. Think about that.
It's not just teens. Some recent repeat gun suspects are getting no jail with little or no bail. As under state bail laws signed by Governor Cuomo, dangerousness to the community is not a factor judges can consider when setting bail. Police say look at these cases.
Did y'all hear that? Did you guys hear that? Let me repeat what he just said. Dangerousness is not something that the judge will look into when considering bail. So what that means is they can't even look at how dangerous this person is to the real world to even consider a bail for the person that committed the crime. So in other words, they'll commit a crime like a shooting or a stabbing or a robbery, and then they'll just get let right back out the next day. And if you guys remember, the top cop or whoever the hell he is, not saying that he's a bad person, I'm just saying I just found out about him just looking into this stuff. He said he's definitely blaming this bail reform BS on the rising in crime, which makes sense. Why in the hell would these criminals give a damn about committing crimes when they know they're going to go to jail and get the fuck right back out the next day?
Roy Carter, first arrested in 2018 for allegedly beating a dog. Then last February, allegedly caught with a loaded gun. He was released in April. A loaded gun. Christopher Dozier, amid reports of shots fired, he was arrested on charges of carrying a loaded weapon. Released, and just 3 months later, police say he was released again. And police say Kwame Stevenson, January gun arrest and released on bail. April, arrested again on loaded firearm counts and was released no bail. And then in May, shot in Bed-Stuy.
Not only does it have to stop, it has to go in the other direction a little bit. Not only does it have to stop, it has to go in the other direction a little bit. And that's not happening
In May.
I don't know why.
And not only does it have to stop, it has to go in the other direction.
The way it is. Hold on, because I need to go back.
Does it have to stop? It has to go in the other direction a little bit.
But you guys get the point. You guys get the point that I'm trying to make.
Shot in Bed-Stuy.
Not only
okay. So he was the last guy was released on bail and he got shot in Bed-Stuy. Okay, cool.
Have to stop. It has to go in the other direction a little bit, and that's not happening yet.
The police commissioner says there were over 1,000 shootings in the last 6 months of last year, but he says in recent weeks the pace of shooting incidents has slowed. But the recent Bronx violence examples, part of the ongoing concerns. Jonathan Dienst, News 4.
So you guys heard that. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties that I was having, but you guys get the point. This gun violence has been going on in New York City for quite some time, but it's getting worse because of a uh, BS bail reform that these guys have in New York City. Caught on camera, stranger tries to kidnap woman's 5-year-old son in Queens. I don't even think you guys seen this. Hold on, real quick. I don't think you guys saw this. I just saw this not too long ago. Hold on. Check this out. This is how bad
Frightening
crime has
attempted
gotten in New
kidnapping
York.
as a mother walked with her children in Queens.
A stranger grabs her 5-year-old son right off the sidewalk and then tries to drive off. CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis spoke to that mother today. She's live in Richmond Hill with more on this. Jenna.
Christina, Dick, there's really no other way to describe this than a parent's worst nightmare. It happened here on Hillside Avenue. The mother was walking on the sidewalk with her kids when one of the suspects swooped in. Shocking surveillance video shows the man getting out of a parked car, running toward the family and snatching the little boy. His mother and her 2 other kids rushed to the car trying to get in, but it was locked.
Oh my God, when the mom, oh my God, reaction is quick. And say, oh my God, my kids, please.
Dolores Diaz described the moments her motherly instincts kicked in.
When my kid stand up in the window, I take it out.
You can see her yank 5-year-old Jacob out of the car, which then speeds away, nearly hitting someone.
The people coming because I'm screaming, and the people coming and help me. One lady coming, call the police.
This happened Thursday night around 8 p.m. on Hillside
Wow.
Avenue near Myrtle Avenue. The mother says the man and passenger in the car, both suspects, are strangers who said nothing to her. The owners of this store recognize.
Wow. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all, but wow. Can you imagine your child being snatched from you and you have to run to the car and fast enough in order for you to snatch the child out the car so they don't get kidnapped? She was this close. She was this close of having her child taken from her. Crazy. But that's not what I wanted to get into. But that's how crazy things are getting in New York City, though. That is something that I did want to point out. But let's get back to this gun violence. All right. So as you know, the idiot leaders, de Blasio and Cuomo, have created this policy of bail reform in New York City. So let's look at the effects that it has on people, especially the people of color who they say is being victims of systemic racism, right? Fatal shootings in New York, real people, not just statistics. Let's get into it. So we have all of these black folks in a row. A child. It's a baby right here. This happened on July 5th. Baby. Look at this. People of color. All people of color. When I go down. Of course, we have a few white people that were killed. I remember this guy right here, Nathaniel Miller. We have a few white people here. But look at how many black people it is in one row versus how many white people it is in one row. Look at this. Or Hispanics. Just take a look. Do the statistics match up with this website? Does the stats match up with this website? And once again, guys, you can go in here and take a look for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. And this is just one page. We can keep going. This is just one page. We can keep going. But I want to put things into perspective for you. Let's go back here. Hold on. Let's do a search. What other Democratic ran cities or Democratic ran states do we have? Do we have to look at New York? I don't think so. I don't even think we have to just look at um cities. We can just look at the whole damn state, if you ask me. Let's look at let's see here. Let's look at California. Let's look at California. California is a heavily Hispanic area. So yeah, look at this. Look at this. This guy's a gang member. That tattoo, that's a gang tattoo right there. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. Police officer. This police officer is Hispanic. And like I said, this is not taking away anything from the violence that happens to white people. We know that it does happen. But the general consensus is black on black crime doesn't exist. POC on POC crime doesn't exist because the crimes happen by demographic, or I'm sorry, the crimes happen by proximity. Okay, if the crimes happen by proximity, if most crimes, 90% of crimes happen by proximity, look at all these black people being killed. Look at all these Hispanics being killed. This is California. This is just the state of California. I didn't even put in a city. I put in a state. This is the whole state of California right here. Look at all these people. Look at the white people that are killed versus the black people who are killed. I mean, no, look at the number of white people who are killed versus the number of people of color who are killed in these democratic cities with these BS laws. What's the other city? What other city or other state do we have? We got New York. We did California. Let's do let's do New Jersey. Let's do New Jersey. Look at this. Look at this. Stop me when I'm lying. Does the stats match with the real people? What's this website say? Real people, not just statistics. Y'all stay tuned because I'm going to show you guys where this shit comes from. I'm going to show you where all these murders are coming from and why they're happening. Just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Trust me. I'm going to get all the videos together and we're going to sit down and have this conversation. The next time you have a discussion with a liberal or a pro-black liberal about the violence that's going on in the black community, and they talk about the statistics, or they try to say, oh, the statistics are fake, or you can't go by statistics because they can't be trusted, show them the gunmemorial.org. Show them this website. Of course, we have a few white folks. We have a few white people who were killed by gun violence. Rest in peace to them. Rest in peace to all these people that I'm showing right now. But look at the amount of black people that are on this page. Look at this. Look at this. But they want to defund the police, right? They want to defund the police. Like I think y'all get the point. I think y'all get the point. Let's go to a different city. Let's go to a different state. So we did Cali, New York, New Jersey. Let's do Illinois. Let's do Illinois. Let's do Illinois. Look at this. White supremacy, huh? And remember, the argument is racism or black on black crime is done because it's proximity, right? So if 90% of the crimes or the 90% of the homicides are committed by black people on other black people because it's proximity, then Houston, we have a problem. Let's take a look. We have a problem, right? We have a problem, right? Look how far I got to go down before I get to a white person. Look at this. Now, not all of these, and I'm not saying that all of these people were killed by another black person, but you can look at which ones were probably killed by a black person. When you look at black people, you could probably tell which one of these were killed by a black person, because a lot of these guys on here, I could just tell some of them. I'm not all of them, but some of them were probably in the streets. You could tell which ones. How many pictures did we go by with guys with tattoos on their face? There's only two type of people that have tattoos on their face: tattoo artists, bitch, or tattoo artists that probably own a tattoo, or maybe they own business, or gang members. Let's keep it real. And rappers, but those don't count. Let's look at this. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. We don't even have to keep going. We don't have to keep going. I think y'all get the point. Let's look at one more. Let's look at one more. Oregon. Now this is the home of what's the idiot's name in Portland? Ted Wheeler, right? Ted Wheeler, Mr. Defund the Police himself. Now, I expect more white people to be in Oregon. I expect more white people to live there. So we're probably going to see a lot more white people in the state of Oregon. But let's how about this? Let's go to Ted Wheeler's land. Let's go to Mr. Defund the Police himself. Let's go to his city, Portland. Where is he? Portland. Now, if you look at peep this. If you look at where the cities are, they show you how many victims are in these cities. So if you want to go find out what city you're less likely to get shot in, you can go look at this list. And Mr. Ted Wheeler, Mr. Defund the Police himself, his city is Portland. And of course, he has 210. He has the most shootings in his city, Mr. Defund the Police himself. These are the only one. These are the ones that just recorded. In his city, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. Mr. Ted Wheeler, Mr. Defund the Police himself. He has the most shootings in his area. Let's click on some of these. Lost to gun violence on April 25th, 2015. Okay, that's old. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, though. Rest in peace. But that one is old. So it looks like these are old. Some of these are old. But how many shootings have they had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Oh, 33. So they had 33 shootings in 2021. Gotcha. Gotcha. He has the most. I would probably, but see, I expect that because Portland is probably one of the biggest cities in Oregon. But you guys get the point. You guys get the point that I'm trying to make. But anyway, this stuff is ridiculous. They want to defund the police. They want to blame white supremacy on some of these murders that's going on in these Democratic ran cities, especially the ones where the murder is high, where crime is increasing. I mean, when are these people going to stop with the BS? And when I showed you, and what I showed you on some of these, in some of these cities, it's mostly hurting black people, especially the ones with the gun violence, where there's heavy gun violence. But anyway, you guys, that's what I wanted to show. That's what I wanted to point out. If you like this channel, if you like the content, make sure you go to ectvision.store, get you some merchandise and support the channel, and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It'll really help out and get some of this content out there. Y'all make sure y'all have a beautiful day. If you are in one of these Democratic cities, please stay safe. Please watch your back. And as always, man, be blessed. Y'all have a good one. Peace.